Gentlemen, please help me welcome one of our gold leaders in this particular city of Jos. Please warmly welcome very quickly for the next 20 minutes, Pastor Lere. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. Let me just say something about the last presentation to start. Okay. How many of us have been in Agadez to work for some time? Huh? How many of us have been in Agadez to work for some time? How many of us have been saying, excuse me, I'm tired, don't feel like going? Anybody? Can I see your hand up? Okay. Okay. Thank you. You see, when I saw this, I laughed. You know why I laughed? It's easier to do this one. This one. 5. Do you sponsoring 5 people? And sponsoring. Then this one, 130. You know what came to my mind? There's a difference between this and this is laborious. And there's a scripture that came to my mind. Come up to me, all you can labor. And I will give you rest. How many people want to rest? Because I want to make this thing so clear. How many of us want to rest? You know the reason why we didn't have rest is the fact that yes, we actually were doing network marketing with a retail system or direct salesmanship or whatever system and mentality. And so there's no way you can succeed, including me. Let's be realistic. No way you can succeed. When you want to drive, how many of you have driven cars before? Let's just use this example. Okay, you know how to drive a manual car. Yes. And automatic car. You have been driving a manual car for some time. How many of you know after driving a manual car for some time, you have now had the opportunity of driving an automatic car? Along the line on the way, you feel like, is it clear? Yeah. It's because of the system, the mindset, the mentality. Now, excuse me, let us change our mindset. The next 2 presentations are going to show us, how to achieve the first and the second one. And let's just go. 3. In the other one, this way, in this other one, we saw that there are certain things we don't need to do. We cannot go on with the mindset of the salesmanship. Then the next one, Napkin 3, we are going to see 4 major things that we need to do if we want to do the business. Excuse me, if you have been tired, this is where to begin. Am I making sense? If you have been tired, this is where to begin. 4 things we have to do. Let's use the example of this vehicle that you see here. Everyone starts out their journey wanting to reach a destination, which is called freedom. Where do we want to get to? Freedom. Okay. Let's imagine freedom is a trip from here to my state, Ekiti. Okay? Am I making sense? I live in Jos. I want to go to Ekiti. That is where freedom is. Or let's use the city we know. Let's say Barkeladi. Is that alright? Yeah. We want to go to Barkeladi. And I wanted to use the example of my state because there will be opportunity of you refueling your car more than once on the way. Is that alright? Okay, so let's speak Ekiti. Look at what happens. The first thing I want to do if I'm traveling and I want to go and do something there is to enter my car. Is that also? The car is prepared. The car is okay. When I have fueled the car, I enter the car. And what is that to me? It is getting in and start. Get in and get started. It takes an initial outlay of money to get started. Be prepared to invest in your future freedom. If you don't start, if you don't put money down, you remember the MD was talking about somebody who asked him that you can do a poultry business and in the next 7 years you'll be a billionaire. Then he asked him, before I can even know that you are ready, 40 million naira. Big money. But in network marketing, it is not as costly as that. The cheapest business to do in life with less cost. Am I making sense? You can put, there are some businesses here in this industry that you start with 3,000, start with 4,000, that kind of thing. But we found that yes, those who start with 3,000 is just a sign of registration and not doing anything. But here, if you are going to come with an avenue so well, you are starting with something about 58,000 naira. Get started, get into the car and start. Some of us who have been discouraged, how many of you, if you have been discouraged, then you need to restart. Is that okay? Without starting, you can't move forward. If you don't enter a car, start the engine and start moving, there's no way you can get to your destination. So the first thing we need to do is do what? Get in and get started. What is the car here? The business. The car is the business. And it's taking you to where? Financial freedom, located in Ekiti. Is that right? As our imagination, and that kind of an example. But let's look at the next thing that we need to do. As we start on a journey, how many of you know that yes, when you are driving a car, the car consumes fuel? Is that also? Yes, sir. So as we are moving from Jos to Ekiti, you put petrol. I live in Millionaire Quarters. So each time I'm traveling to Ekiti, I travel to Ekiti about 5 times this year. So each time I'm traveling to Ekiti, I drive towards NNPC. Fuel my car. Is that okay? I enter the car with my wife. We buy what is there? Fuel. Fuel the car at NNPC. And what does that have to do with this business? Is use the products. Use the product. You cannot share what you don't have experience of. It is absolutely impossible. And this applies to all kinds of things you want to share with people. If it is Christ you want to share with people. If you don't have experience with Christ, you cannot share Christ with people. Is that okay? You need a first-hand knowledge. So use avenues to wealth products. You want to sell, what do you call it? You want to share tab with people, own one. Own one. I received a mail today, I'm sure that mail must have been sent to everybody about how to program the customized tab that can use to sell, to market tabs to other people. If you want to do that, get a copy of that. It's not expensive, just one. And it has a lot inside. I've not seen it, but the description so fantastic. Is that okay? Use the products. If you want to get people into the privilege pack, use the privilege pack, use the product. Even if you are traveling now, start using the privilege pack to prepare for the future. Use the privilege pack. Travel. Take advantage of the cooperative. Take advantage of the ATM 2040. Take advantage of the investment opportunity in the privilege pack. Take advantage of the trips. Just take advantage of everything. Then you are filling your car to move you from Jos to Ekiti, where freedom is located. That is number 2 thing we need to do. Number 1, first thing is what? Get in, get started. Number 2 is what? Use the product for your car. Use the product. And number 3 is this. Everyone starts in neutral. There's no automatic. You need to get into gear. Okay? Higher gear. You need to get into higher gear actually. Everyone starts. When you are driving a car, you start with gear 1. How many of us know how to drive in the house? Not everybody. Gear 1. Even if you don't know how to drive, you sit down with somebody who drives. That also. Yeah. Okay. And you normally, if you are adventurous, you want to see what is this one doing? What is this one doing? The first place to move is gear 1. Okay? And when you put that gear in, you move ahead. Are you following me? But excuse me, gear 1 can only take you to move. It won't get, if you start traveling from here to Ekiti on gear 1, you are in trouble. You won't get there. At least, I don't know how long it will take you to get there. That is if the gear is not even paused on the road. That kind of thing. It won't, you must go into higher gear. we have been talking about getting started, sponsoring people. When you get in and you sponsor your first person, then you have started on gear 1. Am I making sense? You have started on gear 1. And we are saying it is advisable for you to sponsor. So after you have started, you sponsor someone and you help that person to sponsor other people. Am I making sense? But before you sponsor other people, you help the first person. We are saying you help the first person to sponsor other people. Then you yourself, you want to get from gear 1 to gear 2, from gear 2 to gear 3, from gear 3 to gear 5. Am I making sense? You have 5 people under you. Is that okay? And you can manage these 5 people by helping each of them to get 5 people each. As you are doing that, you are moving from gear 1 to gear 2, and from gear 2 to gear 3, and from 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. Then listen, we are equally saying that yes, on this trip, you must understand that yes, you must get back to gear 1 5 times. That is where you sponsor this person. I sponsor this person for myself. I sponsor this person for myself. But equally, I'm equally helping each of these 5 people to sponsor up to 3 levels deep. Am I making sense? It is then you can be clear that yes, you are on your way to it. Where success is located. Okay? What is the next thing? Sponsor someone to get into first gear. Need to get into first gear 5 times. Sponsor 5 serious people. Sponsor 5 serious people. Dr. Brown was telling us that yes, sometimes you need to sponsor more than 5 people for you to get 5 serious people. Because some of them will never come back, or will never even want to visit, or will never even want to be trained, will never even want to be mentored by you. You begin to get into second gear. You need to get into second gear 25 times. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is very clear. It has been solved. Duplicate to get into third gear. Need to get into third gear how many times? 125 times. Because you are assisting these guys. Okay? It's getting clearer and clearer. You get to get into fourth gear. Help your first 5 get into third gear. When you do that, you are ready on your journey towards the place we call success, which is located according to our analysis. Get it overdrive. And what overdrive is? This one does not. Overdrive is when you now have 5 gear. Get it overdrive. Teach your second level 25 people how to get into their third gear. When you are doing that, you are getting to where you are going. So what are we saying? Get in, get started, use the product, but that is not all. If you remember, I traveled to 85 times this year, and each time I was traveling, I traveled with somebody by my side, my wife. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay? And what is this supposed to mean for this business? Don't forget, each time I'm traveling with my wife, I'm going to, she's sitting by my right hand, I'm driving. Have you noticed something? I'm not communicating. Will I enjoy the trip? No. Absolutely not. I will not enjoy the trip. So, what do I do along the line when I'm traveling? I share something with the person sitting with me. And excuse me, while traveling with my wife, I don't share something else. I share something about the trip I'm going. What we are going to do there, we begin to share what we are going to do there. We begin to share some of the things that are happening. I begin to make her to understand that yes, the life experience at home and so on and so forth. Am I making sense? So what am I trying to do when I am on this journey? Everybody that is in the vehicle with me, I share with such a person about the product that I'm using. Is it making sense? Yes. I can't share something else. If I share something else, I won't get their interest in it. If I'm traveling with my wife, I'm going to share something else, it's not going to get her interest. So I share with them about the products. While sharing with them about the product, what am I doing? I'm actually sponsoring. I'm moving the products. The product is being moved because actually, we actually want to move the product. That is the essence of this, of the whole thing. The company wants to move the product, and the only way to move the product is for me to use it and to share with people around me. Before you know it, people are saying, I want to buy. They want it. And as they are purchasing it, and they are committing themselves to you, you are equally trying to make sure that yes, they succeed. You are training them, you are teaching them how to teach other people, to sponsor other people. And before you know it, you are making headway, and you are getting to the place we call financial freedom in our analysis that is located in it. So see what is there. Get started. Use the product. Shift into the high gear. Share with friends. We should not come forever and tell. Share with friends around you. Many people, a salesman goes to anybody. Network marketing thrives on relationship. Let's be realistic about that. It thrives on relationship. People want to know. It thrives on your integrity. It thrives on the fact that yes, I know this person. I listen to you. And because they know me and they trust me and I share with them. In fact, have you seen people going to buy the same shirt you are wearing, the same type of shirt you are wearing, because they just see it on you? So if you don't share with people, there's no way it's going to work. And next one. Fourth thing to do, share the product with other people. This is what I've just explained. Share it. As you are doing that, you begin to see that yes, you are doing it. Just look for 5 serious people and help them find freedom. When you are helping them find freedom, you are yourself on the journey to freedom. Thank you very much. Let me quickly do the next in 5 minutes. Ask people, do you know of anyone who would like to earn another $1,000 to $5,000 run a week without having to go to work every day? We are reading this. Is anybody want it? $1,000, $5,000 without having to go to work every day. Tell you it will take 5 to 10 hours a week to create a 1,000, 5,000 rand a week or dollars a week. What's wrong with that? If it takes about 5 to 10 hours a week, it doesn't take you off your job. Is that okay? And that's everything. Let's quickly rush this. This is Napkin presentation 4. It's called digging down to the bedrock. One aspect I actually want to take is the Napkin 9, because it talks about how to get people encouraged, those who are discouraged. Most importantly, one of the things that will happen in network marketing business is discouragement. Okay? And I asked the question, there are so many of us who didn't want to go ahead any longer. And I'm sure we are getting encouraged right now. Do not scatter your months in the business until you have learned what to do. One of the problems we've noticed, I was talking, my servant who were talking and shouting the lady outside. She's a lady who signed up under one of my team members. And so she's in my team. For one solid year, you will ask her questions, she will not answer. The only thing she will tell you is that yes, I spent 1 year in Avenue to where I'm not able to have anything. Then I ask, what have you done? I'm making sense. She's not even ready to take responsibility. Are you listening to me? People count the number of years and months they have spent without even knowing anything about the business. It's not the best way to do business. You don't know anything about the business, and yet you are counting. I spent 6 months. Don't count the number of months you have spent. Excuse me. The time you wake up to the business is the time you started. It's not the time you sign up as a paying money. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Somebody said your money starts when you begins when you wake up. So if you wake up by 6 p.m., that's when your money begins. Other people are going to see. Is that okay? So if you are in the house, this is an opportunity for us to learn. See this group of people. Looks like a group of people are running. Is that okay? Okay. But they are not really competing. Because MD told us that yes, the finishing line, everybody can get there. Is that right? Everybody, there is no competition in this thing at all. Everybody can get there depending on your mindset, depending on what you know, depending on the knowledge you have, and depending on your ability to move ahead with the system that we are being taught. Do not look at the leaders way out in front. Just know that yes, you want to do your own business. Some people say, excuse me, how many of us know Naso? Immediately Naso talks to you, everybody wants to become platinum. Immediately, I'm a platinum member, it shows you it is that. That same day you want to become platinum, it did not start as a platinum. Praise God. That's proof. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, no problem. It's understandable. Is that not so? Look at this. I want to use this building as an example. I don't know how many of us will know it, but I know it. There's a building built by Union Bank on Marina in Lagos. That building was being built when I was working in the bank. For solid 3 years, they were buying. You just go there, you are hearing something. Nothing. And Union Bank was the only company, only bank in Marina that didn't have a building. Was built very close to Central Bank. So when you look at the high-rise building, all you see is a massive hole in the ground for months before you see the building start to be constructed. Then you see the building go up quickly, a floor at a time. You must build your foundation first. This one says, dig it down to the bedrock. There is nobody who can go high if it does not go deep. Am I making sense? So, in this business, the first thing, one of the things you need to do, dig your foundation. Don't just want to become platinum overnight. Learn, sponsor, teach other people, and see what's going to happen. And how does it happen? When somebody is going to start a high-rise building, the first thing they do there is they clear the grass, they clear the topsoil, and maybe they use cutlasses and they use spade or shovel. Am I making sense? And that is the beginning point of this. Is the beginning point. When you sponsor your first 5 people, you are digging with a shovel and a spade. Is that okay? When you have started, you sponsor your 5 people, you are not arrived. And you listen, it's not the time for you to go and sleep. Don't forget, you are going to dig deep down. And how do you do it? When you do this first, you are working with a spade or a shovel. Let's see. And the next thing you see is when you have duplicated down to 2nd generation, you are digging with a bulldozer. 25 people on level 2. That is 5 multiplied by 5 is what? That is when you have assisted your 5 people to sponsor 5 each. Then you are working with a bulldozer. And when people begin to see you with this, you are building an rise. What would they say? Oh, this guy is getting serious building a house here. But when you started with shovel or spade, who will notice you? Nobody in the neighborhood. But when you see bulldozer on your plot of land, everybody knows something is happening here. Is that also? And something is actually happening here because you are your journey to building a high rise. And very soon the neighborhood will notice it. So let's look at the next. When you have duplicated down to 2nd generation, you are digging with a hydraulic excavator. 125 people, that is 25 multiplied by 5. You have assisted them. Now you are using this. Not much stress. Am I making sense? Not much stress. And you are getting to where you are getting to the bedrock. That is, when you are duplicated down to your 4th generation, your high-rise building will start appearing. 625 people. And this is the place you can say, yes, my high rise is coming. Am I making sense? Okay, let's see. You have to learn that delayed gratification is worth it. It is better to build a proper foundation, build a long-term residual income, than just to put and have to build your income again and again and again and again and again. God bless you.